Howdy everyone, this is Turito, and welcome back to RimWorld, a game where you watch the survival of a group trying to survive the wilderness. And this is after the creation of the colony. Like, this is the map area that you saw me chose in the previous video. And it doesn't seem to have much land to actually grow on. Like, there's very limited, mostly what you see is sand. Well, there's also dirt, which is fertile. It grows cactus and such. But the thing is, it doesn't offer much good land, which can be a problem. But there are animals that live here. Like you can see right there. That is a gazelle. I think gazelle. I think that's how you say it. Gazelle. And there's apparently something. Oh, I thought that was an animal in that building there. Looks like an animal from afar, but pretty much there's only gazelle I can see as far as I know. There's some good deposits, and it looks like there's a deposit of salt. Which is interesting. Never seen that before. Maybe it's actually some... Maybe it's part of the mods I actually have. I mean, I see quite a bit of salt here. Maybe it sells for a good price. But, let's see them land. They have made their marvelous landing. Onto this planet, apparently they start off with a nice looking husky. It has a nice color shade. It's a grey husky. And they also have a monkey. Somehow rhymes. But, whichever one is the best shooter, I'm gonna equip them with the gun. Which, if I remember right, is Jude. I'm gonna overlook them. Yeah, I think Jude is... Yeah, Jude is the best. Now, I need to set up a place, as you can see on the right there. And you can also see this here. It's supposed to teach you how to play the game, but I already know how to play the game. Just didn't disable the thing. Looks like my food is scattered everywhere. Like, scattered over the place. I'm going to go and make it so that they could touch these things. The survival yields. Well, let's see. Like, one of the preferable things that a lot of YouTubers like to do with this game is that they would like to go into a very tight space and try to fortify it and such, which is usually a good idea. But it's not always a good idea, as it does limit what you can actually do. But I would say I would want to go and fortify this area, because it has a good, nice growing slope. Even though it's near a corner of the map, like, it could potentially receive attackers from any of the edges of the map, which can be a problem. But I'd say the best strategy is to aim for the best area with dirt in the desert, which I'm going to personally move my group to, even if it may be near the edge of the map, but there's quite a bit of dirt around it, which I could use. And I could potentially turn these two areas into farms. But the sacrifice I would have to do is I would have to fortify a much bigger area, or at least a compact area. But I could use this building here, maybe use it for maybe a generator room or something, maybe a prison. But there's a good amount of metal in this direction, so I'd rather fortify this area. Maybe I may actually make this into like a home right here. Maybe dig into a cave. so I don't have that many miners, if I remember right. Yeah, I actually have only one miner. Well, two miners. Jude and her are both, well, they're both girls. Both of them are good miners, so the females of the group are the best miners. But I'd rather fortify this area. Now, where to set the base? I may set it more near the mountain. Gonna plan it out. Oh, what's this? Oh. Is that like the limit of where I could build? Oh, that makes things even harder. Well then, I should possibly fortify this area then, if that's the case. Because I've never noticed this line before when I previously played. Must be a new thing, or it may have been there, it's just I never pay attention. But maybe I should make my base right here, more out in the open, as much as I would hate to. But I'm gonna go and make a hub building, like a building to where the kitchen will be. Maybe I may borrow one of these walls. I think about it, because they're conveniently there, so it saves me some material. Even if it may look weird. But I'm gonna go and try to make this a decently big room, which will provide as the place to where all my people are gonna socialize. They're gonna all socialize in it and such, eat and drink and do whatever they wish, maybe even put some fun games in it. Maybe I'll make it a bit wider. Like, the best thing is to set up some sleeping quarters for the people first. So I may not go onto this kitchen area yet. So one of the major factors right now is the fact there's not much wood. Like, that's one of the main resources I tend to rely on, which is one reason why I a bit regret making this in the desert, but Psychopaths, I just want to give them a hard time. Just be a jerk. But let's see. I'll possibly want to make some sleeping areas, if possible. Trying to decide where I could possibly put the sleeping dens. Don't want to cover the dirt, rather cover mostly the sand, because it's much easier to dig through and also it's not fertile. Sand is preferable to build on, pretty much. But let's see. I'll build like a den right here. I'll build like it to be 5 by 5 each, which is quite generous. Gives them like a bit of sleeping room. Maybe I'm a bit too generous. Honestly, I don't know if I should give them this kind of room, because it seems a bit too generous. But maybe I will give them these kind of rooms. It's going to consume a lot of resources. But then again, don't really know. Maybe I will. Like, in all honesty, I actually don't entirely know how to make my bases all that well. Just to be honest. Like, I've made bases in the past, but I am a bit of a coward when it comes to this game, so I'd usually play on the easiest mode. This is one of the few times I've played on rough. So you're gonna possibly find me, maybe dead in maybe a week or so? Like, in the game. So I'm not entirely sure on how to actually fortify my defenses. Yeah, I've watched some YouTubers in the past who have played this, like some pretty popular YouTubers. One notably was Mathis, who I've actually watched for some time playing this. See on how he actually managed his colonies, and I also watched another YouTuber named Marumba. And then Quill. I actually enjoyed their content for some time. But maybe I'm a bit too generous with my columnists here, because I don't really have as much wood as I'd want. And the only things that provide wood, I believe, are cactus. They typically are like trees, which I actually don't know why they provide wood. Well, it's pretty much... And actually, I've never really played in a desert biome, to be honest. So you're gonna possibly see me dead. Maybe a lot sooner than I even anticipate. Well, I'm gonna go and set up a stockpile. Somewhere. Maybe somewhere down here. Maybe it'll be like the everything stockpile. It'll provide space for everything to store in. But it's out in the wilderness, so... Well, then again... Maybe I should have fortified over here. Because there's more buildings, and I tend to love using the buildings, which are already made by default. Actually, I don't know. I mean, this building here is tempting. Tempting along with this one and this one. It's just how they're arranged. I could possibly use them for, like, buildings. Like, I can make this into the hub instead. And I can make this into, like, some prison in the future. Maybe I could make this into a prison. Can be quite indecisive at times. But since I only have 4 people, I don't really need that much food. Well, as much food as this terrain can provide. Plus, this area is more open when it comes to building, I think. Let's see. Yeah, it actually has more space, so I can actually develop my land. That could be quite indecisive. It could be rather indecisive at making these kind of bases. But maybe I'll go and... Very hard to decide. Maybe I will use the buildings. So I'm going to... Oh. Okay, I'm going to delete the zone. And I'm going to cancel all this. Even so... This is tempting and this is tempting. And the entire mountain itself is tempting. It's good to trade it off for this. Then again, I could possibly build my base into the mountain. But... yeah, maybe I'll go and build over here. Sorry guys, I'm gonna go and make you run like extra mile. Because I'm a jerk. I'm a jerk like that. I'm going to torture them by making them run an extra mile. God, they're very slow. They have a broken, How old is this person? They're 27. What are they doing? Is she capable of hauling? No, she isn't. So it means these three are going to be the haulers for majority. But no, I truly don't know how to actually make my base defendable. Maybe I'll make a hybrid base. Maybe I'll make like most of the again. I feel like making this into a kitchen, this into a prison, or maybe someplace. Because since I'm out in the desert, it's possible for her to make my residence in the mountain. Yeah, it's not going to have a desirable environment. So, I'm going to go and dig into this mountain. I'm going to go and do like this kind of hallway. Quite wide. I'm going to start digging in there. May have to make some pillars. Well, not pillars, but maybe when I mine out these areas I would have to make pillars. Like, because the terrain can actually fall. Let's see. Yeah, I would have to make pillars because these green spots are like possible cave-in areas. Like, if I dig too further in a certain place, it could cave in, causing the entire mountain to collapse on anyone that's digging underneath it, which could ultimately kill them. But I give her something to do, which is a good thing. And there's plenty of wood over here. So I'm gonna go and maybe mine a bit of these. Make them chop down cactuses. Or possible wood. But I pretty much want to claim this. I can't help it. Always tempted by these buildings. Always so tempting. Because they're already made, so I might as well recycle them. I'll just fortify them a bit, maybe put some wood planks on them and call it a building. Like, I'll go and deconstruct this. We have struck jade. Oh, there's jade in here. Now that's very expensive stuff right there. I could sell it for money. Silver. Which my colony greatly lacks, I believe. I forget if no, I don't think we actually started off with any silver. Now I think about it. Okay. Hopefully I can get out that jade and maybe sell it to some merchants who happen to travel by. As I'll get caravans and eventually in the future I can even make a con. But I'm gonna go and set up like maybe possible areas for them to make homes in. Like I'm going to make the rooms as big as what you saw back there. Maybe that's too big. Sometimes I'm too kind. Yeah, I'll give them that kind of size of a room, even though I wish to be generous. But this is going to be their den. They're going to have like some... Well, I can actually see a flaw here. Gonna go and do that. bit too generous at times, but can't help it. Let's see, I'm going to go and mine up this area. Okay. There we go. 4 rooms for 4 psychopaths. Hopefully these can be mined up anytime soon. Chances are it won't, so everyone will have to sleep on the sand. Which is not that bad. It's actually 50 degrees right now, so it's actually quite nice temperature, honestly, in the desert. Wish I had that temperature. I wish I had it that cold. I mean, if it was like that, I could just go and run outside and such. Maybe even hang out somewhere. If anywhere. I can actually not think of anywhere that I hang out, but pretty much I'm gonna go and make some walls over here. Gonna fortify this, make it into a possible kitchen. And speaking of which, I need to actually make a garden of some sort. I'm gonna make some nice... oh, what's this? Ooh. Good job, If I remember that's for medical reasons. That's a nice plant. Don't know if it's a harvester or not. It's not really abundant. Sadly, I'll have to chop it down. It's tempting to harvest. But, let's see. I'd want to have at least something like 5x5 or something. Yeah, 5x5 farm. Tend to like doing little fields. And since food could spoil in this game, like food could actually spoil, so I don't want an abundance of stuff. Don't know if this may actually be too much. Maybe I'll make it 4x4. Yeah, 4x4 will do. It'll grow quicker. Yeah, I'll have some 4x4 fields. And they'll grow... like... I actually have one mod installed. I believe it's installed. But it appears to not be actually active. No, it is active. Because there's some crops here you can't find in the normal game, like oats and wheat and such. I believe there's some other things like tomatoes and carrots. Somewhere in this list. But I'm gonna start off with basic stuff. Oh, there's the carrots. Carrots are really nice. And I'm gonna grow maybe potatoes. Potatoes or rice. Rice grows rather quickly. But there's some other good stuff on here. Maybe I'll just grow potatoes. Now, I'm going to maybe speed it along. May want them to fortify this building here. Don't know what to do with it yet. Don't know if it's a smart idea to actually make a kitchen over here. Alright, think about it. I forget who's the gardener. I think he's the gardener. Yeah, he's the gardener and the animal person. He has some good stats. And this building is almost done. We'll just get along, because it takes some time to actually build stuff. And it'll possibly take her a long time to dig for that, because that jade. But it seems like she just got rid of it. Let's see. I'm gonna observe the field a bit. See if there's some good stuff, like that Jahavi. Yeah, like this. The Jahavi. There's quite a bit of the fern Jahavi. I could possibly use those. And there's a popular tree. Oh, there's also a cicada. There's quite a bit of a Jahavi. Could use those later on. Use some to make herbal medicine, I think, or some sort of medicine. At least I think they're for medicine, because I remember these being good for medicine in other games. Like 7 Days to Die. Oh man. Problem with the desert is the fact that it's cold at night. Yeah, but it's better than it being hot. Honestly to say. But they'll soon have some nice rooms in the mountain here. Hopefully they don't go crazy before that point. Because they will slowly degrade in their sanity. I mean, they're not really stable to begin with, but they'll be more unstable once they start becoming unhappy. I don't know why they're not building that. I think there's not enough wood. I'm gonna harvest more of these cactuses. Hopefully to finish up that door. Maybe finish up both of these doors here. But things are coming along. Sort of. But they already started the farm of carrots and nice potatoes. They have a bit of a balanced diet there, which is not balanced enough. They provide quite a bit of nutrients. Enough that I could possibly get them by, but... And I'm going to make this into a kitchen area. Let's see, I'm going to put in a table. They're going to have some nice table right here. Not big of a room. But if the colony gets bigger, I'm going to make like long tables. But then again, there's not enough wood. Let's see, how much metal do I have? Oh, I could just look up here. I have about 200, so I could possibly make a table out of the metal, but it seems like a waste. It's not like I could do it anyway. I'm gonna make a very cheap stool. Yeah, I think there's enough steel for that. A bit wasteful. But I think I could get more based on the deposits in these mountains, since it's the common resource here. May also make a stove. Let's see. Gonna have the stove right there. Gonna maybe make a storage room in the future, maybe right here or there. But for now, this will provide a kitchen. For now. May expand it in the future. I think she should be mining. But pretty much, I think I'll end that right here.